Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
That's right.
D-Nice.
Yes, sir.
See, Rich, but you could tell by the fancy pajama outfit. It's like
the Valentino?
Yeah, the Valentino, but you know they do the pajama look, but it's a dope outfit. I see you.
I'm trying, gotta act like I'm young in these streets.
No, you don't.
No, I'm just
you are classic, okay?
No, I'm having a blast though, man.
D-Nice is like, I want to say Black America's official DJ, but I feel like it's even bigger than that in a lot of ways. You're just like an official DJ of culture.
Of culture.
Absolutely.
I like that.
Yeah.
I actually really like that.
I think that's you.
Yeah.
And I saw you at
agree.
Essence Festival.
Essence was dope.
Mm-hmm.
I had a blast.
Setting it off for everybody in there.
That was a great vibe, man. That was a great vibe. I'm actually having fun doing this though, like kind of like bringing some classic artists out and like watching the young people sing along to these records, and come on, like Elder Bars didn't even want to get off stage at Essence,
Amazing.
But it's just fun now, man.
No, what I love, we was in France, we was in Cannes, however you pronounce it, and everybody was like, D-Nice is having a party. Whatever black person you did not see that week or that weekend was in that function. But what I loved about D-Nice was like, yo, I just want to play hip hop. I just want to play hip hop tonight.
That's funny how that started though, because Natasha Diggs, shout out to Natasha, the homie, she's playing a lot of disco, and then I was like, I know that's what people hear me playing on, with quarantine, but that's not really what I want to hear right now. And I never just stop a record and talk. I stopped it and I said just that. I was like, yo, I just want to play hip hop. And the place went crazy. And it didn't stop.
Did not stop.
What was the first song you played when you did that?
Snoop and C Murder.
Down for my niggas.
It went uphill from there.
Now Club Quarantine is coming to Carnegie Hall.
Man, can you believe it? Sold out Carnegie Hall.
That's amazing.
That one right there. You expect like the Apollo or like when I rock with Mary at Barclays, but Carnegie is like such an institution, and like where you typically don't see like hip hop shows there. I think like the last real hip hop concert they had there was like Jay. Well, that was like 10 years ago.
Yeah. I actually went. We all dressed up and went.
Yeah, everybody dressed up, and so for me to be able to like go in there and bring like some friends, and I got Jadakiss, and I mean we were doing rehearsals yesterday, and like hearing We Gonna Make It with a full string section is crazy. Oof. Like. Literally like brought tears to my eyes, like, man, to be in a position to bring hip hop and to see us dressed up. Everyone's wearing tuxedos on stage, and like this, it's just gonna be a vibe.
Who else you have coming that night?
Ashanti, Jada, Slick Rick, Big Daddy Kane, Hezekiah Walker, and CL Smooth, and then I got DJ Clark Kent doing a special set, and because I never really let anybody DJ like my shows, but like he's Clark Kent. I wouldn't be here without him,
How important is it for people to be diverse in their music? Because I think that's what separates you from so many different people, because I can see you at a Bishop T.D. Jakes party.
Yes, true.
And then see you in France. You know what I mean? Then Carnegie Hall, then Essence Fest.
I keep forgetting I have been seeing you out.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't work for everyone, you know what I mean? Like there's some DJs that, they literally just play one style of music and that works for them. For me, because I've been around for so long, playing one specific genre is boring. Because, I mean, Envy, there's so much music going on in our heads. Like, you can just hear a beat and like, wait, this reminds me of, and then you just want to go there. I think the beauty of what happened with me the last 2 years is I've never felt as free to play music the way that I do now. Like, before I had to play, no knocking, because I love the records, but like I had to play the Drakes, and I had to stick to that, and then play old school later on in the night. Like now, I could play Stevie Wonder in prime time, I can drop Drake whenever I want to, and the young cats are gonna rock with it. The older cats are gonna rock with it. Like people just love the way that I play music, and it's fun to me. It's much more exciting. I don't feel like I'm limited to anything anymore.
D-Nice played Blow the Whistle at Bishop T.D. Jakes' birthday party.
Version?
And all the church folks knew what Too Short's favorite word was.
That was ballsy. I don't know how to get that one.
With Diddy on the mic.
Because it was like, it's typical to like go in, you think it's just T.D. Jakes, and you want to hear like the gospel records or, Optimistic or something like that. And it's like, nah, man, people, they want the clean versions. Just play the clean
Oh, you
version.
play the clean version, okay.
Oh, yeah, no, I
That
played the
wasn't
clean
one of my
version.
favorite bits. It was just that you just...
Yeah,
But
no,
still, though, blow the whistle, but like you say, it worked. I was like, oh, wow. I was like, yo, you can really put D-Nice anywhere.
Did you look around when you played it?
Of course.
I looked around like...
I wanted to see. I wanted to see if they
I
could
was
put
looking
two favorite
around.
word
You looked
was.
around?
I was, and the crazy part is, it was really his assistant that said, look, I know you probably think it's going to be like just a straight church vibe. She's like, do you?
Yeah.
And that's all someone has to tell me is, do you? I'm like,
Right.
all right, we're good. That party was hot, though.
No, that was fantastic.
Yeah, that
Now
was
you
a
doing
great vibe.
Vegas, too.
Doing Vegas, man. You know, Vegas, Labor Day weekend,
Nice.
which is, I'm excited about it. And the crazy part is I'm excited about the performances, but there's one specific thing that I'm personally excited about, and it's Saturday morning we have like these panel discussions on like mental health and wellness, on financial literacy, on estate planning, because, you know, that's what I feel like I represented during like a dark time, like for people to find ways to still feel loved and to stay connected. So when I do these shows, like I can't go into a town and like not give back and do something for people. So like I'm really excited about that. And then the show is gonna be dope. You know, I got Keisha Cole, Fab, A. Marie, Kenny Burns, El DeBarge, Tank, Jagged Edge.
Wow.
And then the DJs, I have all of the originals, which are DJ Clark Kent, Stretch Armstrong, Rich Medina, Tony Touch, Natasha Diggs. Who else, man? Maya's performing. And it's just a good vibe, you know, like all weekend pool parties. And you know, we got the Virgin Theater that Saturday night. And then we're doing an all slow song set for CQ After Dark at Brooklyn Bowl.
Man, I
what-
love some slow songs.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be like your old bowling parties.
Yeah.
Have you done a
Slow
residency out in Vegas, right?
No.
No residency yet.
No.
You know,
I don't
I-
even want one though.
Have you done that? You don't want one?
No. I had that back in the day, but you know, I like
It's different now. It's a total different situation.
I like traveling and I like doing these shows where they feel special, you know, where I can use the band and the drummer. Like just a straight DJ show is boring to me now, except for like out in France. That was different.
That was dope.
Yeah,
You know, I always think to myself, everyone loves D-Nice. Who could ever hate on him? And I saw you posted, somebody had sent you a message like, D-Nice is washed. He needs to just go be a tour DJ somewhere.
Yeah.
And then the
Who
next,
said that?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
yeah.
But then the next one was somebody sending you a copy of a ticket that they got to your Carnegie Hall show.
Yeah,
But I'm like, who would ever?
It's really mad dudes, man.
It had to be DJs.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm not mad
He
at
said,
them.
of
I
course,
understand.
yeah, it had to be DJs.
I understand, you know, like, look, man, what happened, you know, that's like once in a lifetime
Lightning in the
situation,
bottle.
man. Lightning in the bottle, man. And, you know,
But I don't understand why DJs would be upset. I do know DJs that were upset, but what I tried to explain to DJs is not only is it lightning in the bottle, but he's a great DJ and a great person.
Yeah.
And what I tell people all the time, it's kind of like when somebody breaks the window, right? To allow other people in. I said, that's what D-Nice has done. D-Nice has allowed other DJs to charge more money, to have more of an open format, to play what they want to play. So most people don't see that. They see, oh, he's doing this, but you got to see what it is. And you're a great person. It's not like you're an asshole. If you was an asshole, I understand, but you're not.
no, and I would never be that way to people. You know, that's not what made me who I am. And actually, it doesn't even feel good. I don't even care about what made me who I am. It doesn't feel good to be an asshole. You know, like, it feels good to be kind to people, you know, like to be someone who, you know, to open doors for people. You know, like I remember when I came on the scene as a DJ, you know, hip hop DJs didn't want to let me in. You know, they were like, yo, you're old school. And I had to go a different route. And I went rock and roll. I got in wherever I could fit in, man. Like, you know, I was doing those parties for like, you know, $150 a night for 6 hours.
I never see you do that now, D. I don't know about that. I seen you on the road with me all the time. And you
But that wasn't the beginning though. You know what I'm saying? That was in like the early 2000s when I was trying to find my way. Like I was DJing at Serena, remember, you know, Chelsea, Chelsea Hotel. Like that was the first place to give me a residency. $150 and 2 drink tickets.
Damn.
Yeah, for 6 hours.
Wow.
It was okay though. I loved the music.
Right,
I
you
was able
loved
to
it.
play what I wanted. And then the person that gave me a big shot was Q-Tip and Mark Ronson. They had this Thursday night party, and they couldn't do it one night. And Mark's manager at the time, Damon DeGraff, was like, hey, you should do this party. Like, Tip wants you to do it. And I was like, all right, cool. And I went in there and I tried to DJ. If you know Tip's style, very soulful. I tried to play like that, and they're like, yo, just do you. Do what you do. And then I went into my 80s bag because, you know, I love me some Tina Marie and all of that. and the crowd went crazy, and that's when I learned to just, to just be somewhat free and be myself, man.
We don't have parties like that here anymore at all. No. I feel like, remember the apartment and remember Santos?
Yep, Santos Party House.
There used to be, and I feel like there's nothing like that here in New York.
We should bring that back.
That would be a great idea, honestly. Remember Soul Kitchen way back in the day? Where they would play the originals of the songs that people sampled.
Yep.
He also do it. Just Blaze does that all the time when he does his sets.
But are there parties like that here in New York at all anymore?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I don't hear about it if there are.
That's the other thing too. And we say this damn near every time you come up here. It's like, yo, D-Nice has been DJing. Like, it's not like, you know what I mean? When you saw Michelle Obama and all of them jump on the lives, like, D-Nice was already doing White House parties and all of that type of stuff. Like, it wasn't, you're not new to this.
No.
Now it's $1 million to book him, that's all. And we don't take anything less.
Yeah, that's right.
Tell us about this Simplicity Tech, man. You're an investor and an ambassador in Simplicity Tech?
Yeah, that's just this new app that's out, and it's about bringing news to, like, every city, like, localized news. And I've always been involved in, like, technology from, like, my days of before DJing, of being a web developer. But the crazy part is, I've been trying to find more ways to invest and also to inspire the younger generation to, like, put your money in other places. Mm-hmm. So I remember going to see this gentleman. He used to manage Gaga, Troy Carter. Mm-hmm. And, when I walked into Troy's office, he had, like, all of these logos on his walls of, like, things that he invested in from Uber and Snapchat. And I was like, man, I only had X amount of dollars to invest. And he said, don't worry about putting all of that in one thing. Maybe you should start with, like, $25K at a time and just get in. And I've been able to get into, like, some really big, situations just based on $50K, $25K, and then flipping it and now I'm getting better opportunities. And I try to use this moment to inspire other people to take time to invest. Like, if I didn't invest in the beginning, before COVID, like, I wouldn't have been able to sustain, because Club Quarantine was free. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, but if I didn't invest in the past, I wouldn't have been able to sustain. I would have been like a lot of, performers, not just DJs or performers or people that work in clubs where like, where's this money coming from? So just trying to make sure that I'm prepared and keep my kids inspired and also to leave a legacy behind. Mm-hmm. Like this, it may feel like my time in terms of like being a DJ, but at the end of the day, man, look, I'm 52 and I'm having a good run and I'm having fun and I love what I do, but I also have kids and I want to make sure that when my time is done that I leave something nice behind.
Now talk about your daughter. Something just special just happened with your daughter.
Yes, my daughter just got engaged.
Wow.
I think that was the thing that made me feel like mad old. I was like,
oh, congratulations to her.
I was like, yo, wait, hold up. No, but it was dope though. He's a nice kid. She met him in law school. My daughter's an attorney now.
I was talking about the law school thing. I didn't hear about the engagement. I was talking about
that's a flex.
Wow.
I think you just threw that little flex in. Like,
the engagement. I didn't know about that. I was talking about the law school.
Oh, you were talking about law school. Oh yeah, the engagement was this weekend.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yes.
Did she ask you to DJ the wedding?
No, I'm not DJing.
I'm kidding.
Now how does that work? Because now it's Dad. I want you. You don't get on for a little bit?
You're going to want to.
No.
You're not going to feel inspired to do it?
No, not at all.
I
may have to charge him.
I
or charge his family. Somebody's going to have to pay
something. Are you paying for the wedding? Because don't the dad supposed to pay for the wedding?
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's old school.
It's old school. We don't do old school.
You got 4 daughters. We don't do that no more.
I don't want them to get married.
What?
I kind of felt that way too. I'm like, I don't know about this. But
my daughter got a boyfriend recently, and it hurts.
Yeah,
I don't get the same type of attention and love that I used to get.
Yeah, man.
I don't like it.
I'm like, I don't. Yeah, I wasn't. He's a nice dude, and I'm glad that he's focused on his career as well. Mm-hmm. He's last year of law school. I don't really like it too much.
That's because y'all guys be thinking about how y'all were at that age.
Maybe a little bit of that, but it's just also that father-daughter love. Yes. It's like you don't want no other man coming in between that. And I don't know if any man can, but it's jealousy. I'm like, I'm jealous. I'm jealous.
I'm jealous too. Yeah, thank you for admitting that, because that's how I feel about it. I don't like it. You don't like your daughter having a boyfriend?
I mean, I know he's a good dude. He's very helpful. He treats her amazingly, but it's just, it's like my daughter is mine. She's like mine, but now it's like just feels awkward and funny.
Yeah.
Like,
and when you're used to being the protector and provider, like that's not a responsibility you want to share with anybody else. So when it happens, you know it's a natural thing, but you're like, damn, yo.
Yeah, man.
All right, let's not talk
Well,
about that.
Yeah, I was about to say the same
All I
thing. I
got
was
to
like-
say, congratulations to the new addition to the family.
Yes. And I also want to ask you about. We saw the video recently of Wiz Khalifa going off on the DJ. I still don't know what the full backstory is, but have you ever been in a situation like that?
No, never had anyone speak to me that way. And I don't know what the backstory is, so I'm trying not to be judgmental. But based on that clip that I saw, like, yeah, that's very disrespectful.
Yeah.
To speak to anyone that way, not even just a DJ, but like grown man, like you know, flipping me off in front of people, like I wouldn't have played the music, to be honest with you. And I'm a Wiz fan, but I was definitely disappointed in it.
Look, the full story will come out, and people will understand. It was still wrong, but people will understand more why it happened. I guess Wiz will speak about it soon, but because I'm very, when it comes to DJs, I if something happens with a DJ, I want to know, right? Because I'm very protective, because we don't have anybody. Nobody looks out for us. You know, you break an artist makes it, they don't answer your call no more. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So when it happened, you know, I reached out. But once you hear the full story, you'll understand why. He still shouldn't have, and he understands that, but you'll get why, you know?
Now, D-Nice, do people try to book you as an artist now too, like to rap and perform? Or
No.
You wouldn't want to?
No.
You play your own music? Do you play My Name is D-Nice?
No.
No.
No, because it's like,
That song still hits.
I know, but it just feels weird, man. You know, like I like this space that I'm in.
So Big Daddy King
Yeah.
was like, come on, I'm going to bring D-Nice to the stage.
No, you've
Drop
never
it.
even seen me do any old school concerts. Yeah. Yeah. Like, I mean, there are some times that I miss those days because I'll see like I saw like Kid from Kid and Play the other day when I was in LA, and he was like, yo, we got a show. It's like me and
I just saw them perform. It
Salt
was
and Pepper
amazing.
and you know, I don't know if Salt and Pepper was on it, but it was like a bunch of old school people that I know from my generation, and I'm like, damn, I don't even get invites to this. You know what I'm saying? But then I'm doing this other thing, you know, and like, you know, I just appreciate where I am right now. But
You
know,
should do it just one time, I think.
I don't even know how to walk like a rapper anymore. I don't, you know, I will probably still grab my nuts, and that's like very old school. I don't even know how to
know what
do,
else to
you know,
do.
I don't know
with
what to do with my hands anymore. Like,
But it's a great drop though. My Name is D-Nice. That's a great drop forever.
man, I may come out to that tonight at Radio City Music Hall. I mean, at Radio City at Carnegie Hall.
I was gonna ask you, you know, with I want you to talk about pivoting, right? Because at one time you had to pivot, like you said, people weren't fucking with you. It was hard to get into the industry, and for a lot of people, rappers, businessmen, entrepreneurs, DJs, what made you pivot? Because one thing about D-Nice that a lot of people don't know is when every DJ was DJing, I would see D-Nice all the time in the airport, right? We were all traveling to different cities or even sometimes the same city. But one thing D-Nice always told me is, Envy, I love what you're doing, but you got to more pivot to corporate side, right? Because you were getting corporate checks before people knew what corporate checks were.
Sure.
Right? So how did you know to pivot to that way, to do something that other DJs weren't doing? You even helped me. He was like, I'm going to help you with the corporate checks.
Because I remember being in the clubs, and like this was like 08, you know, and the clubs were, and, you know, I don't knock anything, you know, but like they're paying me like $750 a night, and someone from like one of the big corporations came to hear me play in this club, and waited until the end of the night and was like, all right, we need you. We came here just to listen to you, and we need you for Super Bowl. Here's what we have. We have 20 grand. We have 2 first-class tickets. We have your room for 5 days. And I was like, wait, they're paying me $750 here.
Right.
And you're offering me what?
That's right.
And 2 50-yard line Super Bowl tickets? I was like, oh, the corporate game is where it's at. So I spent my time focusing on, you know, I mean, obviously knowing good music, but like really focusing on the corporate side, you know. And
You were supposed to say, I'll do it for 30 grand. We have a deal.
well, I mean, I didn't want to be
No, I'm
greedy,
kidding.
you know what I'm saying?
You know, if you got 20, you got 30.
Yeah, if you got, exactly.
Not
But,
always. Sometimes you have to budget.
Hey, listen, I was happy to get, that was 2007.
No, I'm
I was
totally
like,
kidding.
yo, give me the 20, yo. And Super Bowl tickets.
D-Nice said, look, I would have went
And
for 10.
5 days, and 5
days.
paid
I would
hotels.
have went for 5,000 back then.
And he was like, I would have went for the tickets.
Man, I was happy, but that's when I realized the importance of corporate, or just having balance. You need balance, though. You know, the corporate, the checks are really, they're just different. You know, even for like artists, like, you know, performers. You know, some of those guys will probably make $100 grand a night, but then they'll go and do a corporate one, and it's $1 million. You know, so yeah.
And just the older you get, it's your time, right? You don't want to be in the club 2 and 3 times a week.
I don't want to be.
Nah.
I like the club sometimes, you know, but I don't want to play in the club.
That's what we call working smarter, not harder.
Yeah, no. Like,
you know,
I like
get that big corporate check, and then you don't have to do 10 smaller gigs to equal that.
I got a club at home now, club quarantine.
Club quarantine.
And then I can go to bed whenever I'm ready.
But I actually like both too. I love corporate, but I love the club too. The club gives me a feeling and give me a vibe, and it also breaks music that I never hear. And another thing that I always tell people about D-Nice, I was like, D-Nice raised the roof so much. I said, I don't want to get in your pockets. I said, D-Nice charges so much money that when you charge them, a lot of corporations can't afford it. So they have to go to, okay, well, we can't get D-Nice. We have to get what's next.
Yeah.
Majority of the time is me. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm appreciative. I'm grateful. But I tell DJs all the time: create your own niche, learn music, play a little bit of everything, and then you can get whatever you need to get.
And then don't be afraid to share the information with fellow DJs. You know, like that's the other thing. It's like I never underbid anyone. Like I've never been that way, and never said, "Oh, you paying Envy X amount of dollars? Well, I'll take $5K less." I'm never. I don't want to change. Like I know that I reached a level in my career where I should be compensated that, and I shouldn't settle for anything less.
Absolutely.
Because it's not just about me. It's also going to mess up the other DJs. You know what I mean? Like you need to see what our worth is. You know, people spend $400,000 or $500,000 on an event, and then don't want to pay the DJ.
That's correct.
If your music is terrible, your event is terrible.
Oh, that'll ruin everything.
Yeah, like so. Why not be fair? Like, treat us the way we should be treated.
Have you ever shared your hard drive with somebody?
Yes, I don't have a problem with that either.
Okay.
It's not music. Like everybody has the same music. It's how
I'm
you
just
play.
asking. Some people are real reluctant about that.
Oh no,
like,
it's
I'm not trying to
D-Nice plays like no other. Like
I'm like, whatever you need. If someone's asking me for a song or, you want a hard drive? All right, here. I'm fine with that. Like, I wouldn't have the amount of music that I have now had it not been for Biz Markie giving me his hard drive, and then Eddie F giving me his hard drive. Like that's how I got most of my digital music because I wasn't on the scene like that, and I wasn't a part of any record pools, and I literally had to go buy music, and then those guys gave me their hard drives. But like you said, it's not. We can all have the same music, and we're gonna play it differently.
Remember how much harder it used to have to be to download the songs to be able to play than it is now? You used to have to really like download it, pay for it, or be part of like a DJ community to.
Yeah, no, but like you said, I got Biz Markie gave me a lot of music. Rest of Dad, God rest of Dad. Also DJ Enough. So if you look at my laptop, it still says their names next to the songs because it came from them. Like you see a song that says DJ Enough on it, but
wow,
because they gave me all their music, and I always appreciate that.
Yeah, man, you gotta share, share the love, share the knowledge, and share a couple of songs every now and then, man. There's nothing wrong with that.
Are you putting together a team of DJs? Because I got Natasha Diggs is fantastic.
He has a team. You just don't have a clique. There's no name for it, but you have a strong team.
Yeah, I don't have a name for it, but it's like DJs that I look out for. I mean, he doesn't need me anymore, but like I look out for like DJ Millie, Kitty Cash, Natasha.
She's dope.
Well, which one?
Natasha Diggs.
Yeah, Natasha's
She's
dope.
dope.
She plays music and she dances, and like I love that vibe. Like if you can create a vibe and people look at you and you're not just standing there looking at your laptop, like some people being on the mic works for them. Yelling, screaming, like getting people hyped, that works. That don't really work for me anymore. Like that was never my style. I tried that, but then I had the DJ voice, and I was like, I don't really want to be like that. You know what I mean? Like I just want to play music and speak with music, and that's really why I get a lot of corporate gigs because corporate, you're not really yelling at anyone. Right?
That's right.
You're keeping it sexy, and but I do look out for other DJs.
DJ
man.
TJ, I love her.
DJ TJ is dope. Yep, that's the Jaspers. Keenan and the crew. That's his niece.
But what's next for D-Nice?
Man, outside of this vacation,
please, right?
I'm looking forward to a vacation. I mean, I don't know what's next, man. I don't think you could have planned any of this, So I'm just.
You got the single, or you gonna do an album? Or?
I mean, I was doing that, but I had my deal with Hitco, so that's no longer. So like now we're just back in the studio. I'm just gonna work on music, but I want to take my time with it though. Like I'm in a really good space of peace, and I don't need anything disturbing the peace.
That's right.
There you go.
And you've also been collecting art, which I love.
I've been collecting art.
How do you?
I sound like I'm like really making some money now.
Yeah, it does. It sound like I don't see some.
You move
I don't
from
see
an
some of those.
apartment out on quarantine.
I've seen some of those expensive
Bro,
pieces.
it's crazy. Bro, you got on pajamas, bro, and a fedora. We know you getting money.
You got on Valentino pajamas
All right.
in here today.
It's the look. It's the look.
What do they call those shoes?
With these Valentinos.
Driver.
They probably not even called shoes.
I don't know what they call those.
Just regular ass Valentino sneakers.
Just regular ass
I don't know about
Valentino
that.
sneakers, G.
How do you decide what type of art you like? Like what draws you to something?
Personally, I like art from people of color.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's my whole thing. I love Bisa Butler, and I have 2 Nelson McCamo pieces.
Me
like,
too.
You too? Oh yeah, that's right.
The blue exhibit. You know that.
I got a Shayna McCoy.
Me too. We got the same one. I think. Yeah. I be looking like, oh, D Nice and I both got the.
Yo, I'm out here I'm just having fun.
We're learning.
Mm-hmm.
I'm learning.
I'm learning,
Yeah.
and also like the things that we do, it's legacy pieces. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like this is some.
I saw Oprah bought a Nelson McCamo. I was like, yes.
I was like, yeah, I gotta get. Then I saw the second one. I ended up buying 2 that day, and I was like, 2 large ones. I was like, nah, I gotta do it. Like this is
Yeah.
what I want, because that was the one thing that bothered me the most during, or one of the most things that bothered me during COVID was when I was stuck at home and I looked around, and I love art, and I didn't even personalize my own space.
Wow.
Because I was always traveling, always DJing, and man, you can't help people if you can't treat yourself right. You know, like so now when I come home, I'm excited. I look around, I'm
It's
like,
beautiful.
wow,
And you create art too with your photography.
Yes, I am an artist. I love it. But the one thing I don't want people to get lost on people is that time was a very difficult time for all of us. No matter how much money you had, no matter that was a difficult time. Like
Because none of that mattered. The money didn't matter.
None of that mattered, man. So I'm trying to make sure that my life is full of like these experiences and these things that are not based on money, that are just based on like doing the right thing and loving people and spending time with family and loving on my friends. I see my friends now, like I'm hugging them. Like Carnegie Hall playing that. Like I bought 60 tickets because I wanted to gift them to my friends to come out and like really celebrate and have a good time together and dress up and feel good. Like I'm all about that now. And it feels really good to just be here doing what I love, man.
We appreciate you and we love you,
always,
brother.
man. Love you,
as well.
D-Nice,
Thank you
always.
for joining us.
And congrats on Entertainer of the Year, too, at
That's
the
right.
NAACP Awards.
Yes, sir. Thank
Absolutely. Can we play My Name is D-Nice?
Man, shut up.
I'm just joking. It's D-Nice. I'm going to play it in the mix, though. It's D-Nice. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.